Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday to you. It's Tuesday, guys. How are you? It's April from MamaLovesFood.com and DinnerHero.com. I hope you are well. You all look absolutely gorgeous today. True story. I woke up this morning, my alarm clock went off, and I woke up this morning and literally the first words out of my mouth were, I hate Monday. Oh my God. And I kind of even surprised myself because like I don't usually wake up and say anything or have any immediate thoughts, but like literally I opened my eyes and I was like, I hate Monday. And then I woke up a little bit more and realized it was Tuesday. Andrew says, you're wearing the mustard I love. Oh, I know. This is my favorite cardigan in the whole world. Good morning, Maricela. Good morning, Louanne from Wisconsin. Good morning, Andrea and Heather and Karen. Karen's a 6. Make sure to leave your mental health number in the comments. And, yeah, let me know how you're doing. 1 is low, 10 is high. If you see someone at a, I'm shedding. If you see someone at a 5 or below, please reach out to them and let them know that you are thinking of them and you think they're awesome. And I hope you have that. You hope they have a better day. I would say I'm like a 5 or a 6. My to-do list is unreal right now. It's like, so yesterday I worked until 1, like we talked about, and then I had the meeting with the financial planner, and you guys, it was supposed to be a 45-minute meeting. It was 2 hours long. It was 2 hours long, and it was great. Ooh, that's my like, don't forget to go live. It was great. I liked him a lot. I had 11 billion questions, and you know, he was very thorough, so that's why it went on so long. But I will tell you, when I got off at 3, that phone call, I was done for the day. Like, I could not, like, I had a headache. I did not want to think about grown-up things for that long and that hard. Do you guys use a financial planner? I just, like, I mean, I'm excited about it because I feel like it's very grown-up and it's going to help me, like, not worry so much about things. But I don't know. It also makes me nervous because other people touching money, right? Right? I don't even know. It just seems like the grown-up thing to do. I don't know. Tell me, what should I be doing? Christina says, yep. Christine is an 8. I love it. Anthony says, I would be a 6 or 7, but I ate too much of that deliciousness last night. Yeah. So here's what I did. So I went in at 3 and, I was just super done and super stressed, and so typically when I go in, I'll set up my computer, just depends, either in the kitchen or sometimes in my bedroom, and I'll set up my computer and work for the rest of the day in the house with the kids, and it's not as productive, but you know, I get a little bit of work done. Yesterday I set up in my bed, I got my like lap board, and I pulled my computer out, and then I was like, you know what? I could not have another cohesive, normal, you know, grown-up thought. So I put my computer away and I turned on the PS4 and I played, you guys, this is so embarrassing. I played like 4.5 hours of the PS4. Wes bought me a new game. And, do you guys play the PS4? He plays PS4. He bought me the game Torchlight. Torchlight, it's the second version, Torchlight 2. And if you've ever played Diablo, which is just it's like a questing game, it's really, really, really similar. Anyway, it was super fun, and the kids joined me in there, and we played, yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's what I did, and I ate ice cream for dinner. I ate ice cream at 3:30 for dinner. Publix, you guys, if you're in the South, Publix has some limited edition ice creams out right now that are just unreal. Okay, I love that Anthony and Karen are having a conversation. You guys are the cutest. And I love that you guys like have made friends with each other. I mean, obviously Anthony and Karen are married and they did not meet through me. That would be the awesomest story ever. But I love that you guys have made friends with each other over these live shows. That makes me so happy, by the way. Yeah, so I ate. So anyway, they've two of them that I tried are the Pina Colada ice cream. Oh, so good. So good. It's got like chunks of coconut, chunks of, little bits of coconut and chunks of pineapple. And it's just dreamy. And then the other one that I had yesterday was banana pudding. You guys, it literally tastes like banana pudding, but like ice cream. I don't know how they do it. It's even got Nilla wafers in it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Anyway, so I had a big bowl of ice cream at like 3:30. And then Wes even fed the kids without even bothering me, which is not a thing that happens in my life. He just fed them. We had enough leftovers in the fridge and he fed them and he just let me keep playing. It was fabulous. And then at like 8 o'clock, we put the kids to bed and I made a plate of cheese and crackers for like second dinner. And we watched, I know I've mentioned it before, but Karen says, now I want ice cream for breakfast. I don't blame you. It's so good. Publix does have good cakes. They have really good cakes. I know everybody brags on the Costco cakes, but Publix cakes are better. They are. They're white cake, and I'm not even a big white cake fan. Their white cake is legit, and their icing is so fluffy. I don't know how they do it. Oh, so good. Anyway, if you guys, okay, again, I feel like I need to put the caveat that this show is definitely like raunchy humor, but I love raunchy humor. I love a dick joke. I mean, I just do. I love raunchy humor. Anyway, if you like raunchy humor and you're a parent, you need to be watching I'm Sorry on Netflix. It is so good. It's so good. And we're like, we just started the second season and I'm so sad because there's only 2 seasons so far. I can't imagine that it won't get renewed, but you just never know, right? Like things are weird right now. Anyway, Karen says no Publix here in the Midwest. I will say it's funny because I grew up with the Publix culture, right? Like Publix has a culture and it's just what we know here. Good morning, Michelle. And we love it. And so when I moved to New Jersey, I realized that Publix actually really isn't the best grocery store ever. What Publix does right is customer service. Publix customer service is just absolutely phenomenal. They're like the Chick-fil-A of grocery store service. Like just absolutely phenomenal public customer service. And they take your stuff out for you and they're just lovely, right? But grocery store wise, they're actually not that great. They're really not. Like almost any New Jersey grocery store beats the pulp out of Publix when it comes to like produce section and variety and stuff. So yeah, anyway, it's funny though, but but like the Publix culture is fantastic. And I will say their rotisserie chicken cannot be beat. And their Publix subs are just absolutely delicious. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Recipe of the day. Yes, Publix has unbelievably good sweet tea. But I mean, we're from the South, but we should, right? Oh my gosh, you guys. I made a cherry sweet tea. Was it yesterday or the day before? I posted on Instagram. Anyway, I just, all I did was so we always have, this is, we live in the South. We always have a gallon container of tea that I have in the fridge. I actually am not a big sweet tea fan. I mean, that's not true. I love sweet tea. I love it. But I'm not responsible about it. So I typically don't drink sweet tea. I just drink plain unsweet iced tea, which also, by the way, is delicious. But anyway, so we always keep those like jug, whatever, pitcher things that have the spout on the bottom. So we always keep one of those, a gallon one, in the fridge with unsweet iced tea. And, Wes and the kids, Wes doesn't really drink it, but the kids and I just spout it off, whenever, which is great. And my kids always add a butt ton of sugar to it. So they have sweet tea, but I typically drink it unsweet. Anyway, this is like the longest story about sweet tea ever. We also also, because I am, I don't know, that person, always have a Costco or Sam's Club size thing of maraschino cherries in the fridge, because maraschino cherries are life and they're just like the best thing that's ever happened to anybody ever. So I had this, they were sitting next to each other in the fridge, and I had this like genius moment. So I pulled a glass out. I pulled my maraschino cherries out. I grabbed a ladle, like a mini ladle, not a full-size ladle, and I ladled out some cherries, put them in the glass. I ladled out 1 ladle of maraschino cherry juice, and then I filled the rest of the glass up with unsweet tea, and it was so good, so good, so good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It was so good. So good. Anyway, I don't know. Does that count as a recipe? Can I put that on my website? Tell me. Like, it's cherry juice and unsweet tea, but it is, whew, it was so good. Karen says barf. No, so good. Anthony says unsweet tea, sacrilege. I say, I know. It kind of is sacrilege from the South, but I had to wean myself off sweet tea because so years ago I quit drinking, oh, there goes my earring. So years ago I quit drinking soda, which, I mean, clearly that didn't last, but I didn't drink soda for probably a solid 2, 3, maybe 4 years. I mean, it was a good long stretch. I didn't drink any soda. And where did I get the ice cream? Patty, the ice cream was from Publix. Yes, grenadine and unsweet tea, but you've got to put some cherries in it. So, yeah, so I quit drinking soda, but I still wanted that sweet, right? So then I moved over to drinking ridiculous amounts of sweet tea and lemonade, which was, you know, not quite as bad, but almost as bad, right? So then what I did was I just slowly weaned myself off the sugar. I feel like I said this already. Did we talk about this already? I feel like I'm having deja vu. Anyway, I slowly weaned myself off of it, and I just did less sugar. So now I'm like totally used to unsweet tea. And like, I think I have the echo of the memory of sweet tea, because unsweet tea actually tastes a little bit sweet to me, even though it's not. Samantha is a 9 because she's about to go on a run. High five. If I was about to go on a run, I'd be like a -4, but I love that for you. Love that for you. So recipe of the day. We'll get back to that. Recipe of the day is egg noodles, which seems kind of random, right? It's kind of random. It's not really like a full meal or anything, but I like butt jokes too. Oh, that is not the link that I meant to do. I don't know what that link is. Sorry. Hold on. Let's try this again. You are welcome. Random question. Are you business wear up top or pajamas on the bottom? You always look so gorgeous. Oh, you're sweet, Carrie. Okay, I'll come back to that. Egg noodles. You can make, did you know you can make noodles? Noodles. I love noodles. Who loves noodles? I love noodles. I love noodles so much. Okay. Egg noodles are 3 ingredients, you guys, and they are stupid easy to make. Like, so easy to make. And they're so good. They're so good. Fresh egg noodles are so good. And then you make them, and then you boil them up real quick and toss them with butter, maybe a little bit of garlic salt. I mean, it's just delicious. Anyway, so I think I'm going to make some of those this afternoon. And my kids like to, I like to just like run the pizza cutter through them and make strips, but my kids like to pull out. Good morning, Miss Patricia. My kids like to use the cookie cutters and make like funny shapes. So they're kind of a little bit more like dumplings when they make them, but it's okay. They're delicious. Anyway, I'd love for you to make that. I'd love for you to visit the site. That's, Cheryl says egg noodles are better than macaroni any day. I am with you on that. I'm 100% with you on that. But you could do egg noodles and cheese sauce, which would also be delicious, right? Why are egg noodles so good? They're just so comforting. Love them, love them, love them. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I'm going to make barbecue chicken tonight, and I think maybe we'll have egg noodles on the side. Rhonda says, I toss in Italian seasoning and butter. Ooh, I love that idea. I'm here for it. 100%. Good morning, Miss Laura. Okay, Carrie asked if I am business on top and pajamas on the bottom. I'm not, actually. So, something I learned. I've been working from home. I'm dressed. I've been working from home for many years now, since my oldest was born, and he is turning 14. So I've been working from home for about 14 years now. And when I first started working from home, okay, that's not really true because I just did the stay-at-home mom thing for a little while. But so I've been like solidly working from home for probably 8 years. But this actually does date back to being a stay-at-home mom. So actually that it's relevant. It's relevant. Also, can we just talk about the fact that being a stay-at-home mom is totally work, and I don't want to downplay that at all because it's 100% work. So we'll just go back 14 years. 14 years. Okay, so I did wear pajamas all the time at first. Like I wore pajamas a lot. And something I learned is that not getting dressed every day is a total mental health mind screw for me. I need to get dressed every single day. I need to put on a little bit of makeup. You know, even if it's just like a swipe of lip gloss or like a little bit of blush, I don't need to do like, 45-minute makeup routine, nothing like that. But I have to put on pants with a button, and I have to put on just at least, the bare minimum of makeup, because it is really, really bad for my mental health if I stay in pajamas all day. That is a thing I've learned. And I know there's some people, I have friends that, especially I have some teacher friends that literally don't get dressed in the summer unless they're leaving their house. And they love it. They like live for it. But I go 2 weeks in pajamas and I'm ready to walk in front of a train. Like I can't do it. And it took me a long time. You're a sweetheart, Carrie. It took me a long time to realize that though. And I suffered. I mean, I like battled with, postpartum and a little bit of depression after having a couple of my kids, and not that getting dressed cured it, because that's not a thing, but like it definitely was a step in the right direction for me and helps me feel like me, right? Like instead of just like a slave to my parents doesn't make sense. A slave to parenting or a slave to my kids or whatnot. So yeah, that's your answer. I get dressed every single day. I know it's not something that a lot, not everybody does, but it's something that I personally need for my mental health. Andrew says, same for me. I found it makes me feel so much better. Yeah. And I always suggest that to people who say they're struggling with working from home. There's a few things and if you are like, I know a lot of people are new to working from home because of COVID and whatnot, but I would say there's a few things I really, really suggest. One is have a routine. It's really important to have a routine. Set your alarm clock, get up at the same time every day, have a routine. 2, get dressed. Get dressed in something that you would not have worn but for the fact that you are getting so like I would never wear, and this is so silly, right? But I would never wear my shorts. I would never wear like, like I can't speak today. I would never wear like short shorts and a tank top to go to work, even if it's just in, the next room or like across the room. Because I want to, like, I put on a cardigan, I put on a shirt that I like, I wear what I would wear, like, to the grocery store, right? I don't need to get fully dressed up. My brother-in-law, though, I don't know if he still does, but for a long time, he put on his work clothes. Like, because he said the same thing. He felt like he didn't feel like he was taking himself seriously if he was just wearing pajamas or junk clothes. So he would put on a button-up shirt and slacks every day. So I'd say routine, get dressed, and then find a place to work. Find a designated office for yourself. I don't care if it's a TV tray table that you can stick in the corner and get one of those like election, cubicle things so you can block out the rest of everybody, put on a pair of headphones, but have a safe space for work and have that be the thing you do there only, right? Like I don't play in my office ever. I don't play video games. My office is work. It's work. And then at home, I'm not as good when I go in the afternoons because, we just don't have the space, right? But also, I also am not like really getting into like full blown work mode at home. So or in my house. So those of you who don't know, I have a camper in the backyard and that's what I use for my office. But when I did work in the house before we had the camper, because the camper's only been around for about a year, I had a desk in my bedroom and the only thing that happened at that desk was work, right? And it kind of shifts your mindset, right? In the same way that they say you shouldn't work in your bed. And I shouldn't work in my bed. And I never am very accomplished when I work in my bed. But occasionally the kids have all the desks. And it's really my only choice. Anyway, hi Mom. Mom's on. Everyone say hi Mom. So yeah, those are my suggestions for working from home. And also like have a turn it off time, right? Like have a, and even if you need to work in the evenings, that's fine, but have set times, right? Like, so if you say, okay, I can work from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. and then I can work after the kids go to bed from, 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. But have a turn off time or it's just going to spiral. And we're all guilty of it. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but those are things I've learned. Okay. Next up. I didn't write any new notes today, but let's see if we have any leftover, this or that's from yesterday. We have, yesterday we talked about pens we love. We talked about our penny every day. Did you guys do the penny doubled every day trick to your kids? Tell me, what did they choose? We did transportation. We did fly or teleport. We did sticky or itchy. We did eggs. All right. Would you have burgers or pizza for the rest of your life? This is a really tough one for me because even though I eat pizza more often than I eat burgers, I love a burger. Like really, really deeply, truly, madly love a burger. But God, pizza is just so freaking good. So burgers or pizza, what would you choose? Honestly, I think I'd go burgers. I just love a burger. That's a hard thing for me to say out loud. It really is, because I just truly love pizza too. Tell me what you think. Burgers or pizza? Christine says, I've been working from home since end of March due to COVID. After years of getting ready to go to work, I love wearing my loungewear every day. Yeah, and that works great for some people. It really does. And I will say, when I worked as an attorney, I had to put a suit on every day, right? I'm not putting a suit on. I will never put a suit on, right? Like, I've got comfortable jeans and a t-shirt and a cardigan. And that's enough for me to feel dressed. I'm not putting a suit on. But, yeah, and I think there is also that honeymoon period, right? Because I didn't feel it right away. I definitely reveled in, like, the freedom of wearing whatever I wanted at first. And then as it got longer and longer, I realized, oh, I need to start getting dressed. So, Cheryl says I would make a burger with pizza toppings. I love it. Mom said the same thing. Burgers with mozzarella and pizza sauce on occasion. It's not the same. Let's be real. It's not the same. But I appreciate your innovation. Andrea says I love both. When I really want one for pizza or burgers. Maybe burgers since I can get my Italian fix the other way. Right? That's true. Like, that's true. Does flatbread count as pizza? It does. Flatbread counts as pizza. We can't do that. Okay. Next. Okay, this is next and last question. Would you rather live for the rest of your life, forever and ever, amen, in a super rural area or a super urban area? So we're talking like Wyoming, town population 200 people, takes 4 hours to get to an airport. That's your first choice. Or super urban, like downtown New York City, and like, lifestyle would match, right? So like small apartment. We're not rich. We're just, living. Small apartment, but like everything's around you, but like everything's around you, right? What would you rather do? I think I'm going rural. I mean, especially if we get internet out there, because, yeah. And I'm talking like COVID notwithstanding, right? Like in a normal world, if we ever get back to that. I think I'm going rural though. I want a bunch of land. Sprawl. Kirsten says urban. Beth says rural. Colleen says country all day, every day. Diane says rural. Cheryl says rural. It's a weird word if you say it too many times, by the way. Rhonda says, I live in New York City now and I'm over it. Rural for me. Andrea says urban. I will say it's kind of tough though, right? Because there's just so much to do in a place like New York City. And that is very appealing. It is. But I still think I'd choose rural. And something I realized last time I was in New York City, my son and I went to New York City in December, and I get over there pretty frequently, usually once or twice a year. And I realized how, everyone says, oh, there's so much to do there and you can go anywhere and you can, it's really suffocating feeling. I feel like you feel very trapped because it's not easy to get around there, right? Like, you can't easily drive through the city. It takes a long time to get a short distance. We felt very trapped. At least I did. I felt very claustrophobic there. And I like it for a weekend. I probably could even do a week, but I think more than that, I'd start to feel like it's just too much. It's too much. Too much. I think once upon a time I would have chosen urban, but not anymore. Colleen says, as long as I have a few deep freezers, I'll be fine. Not a fan of the city living or too many people anymore. Agree. Okay, that was my last question today. I know, I didn't prepare very well today. But I do want to tell you, we watched the movie Lovebirds. Wes and I, this is a grown-up movie. We watched the movie Lovebirds this weekend for date night, and it was fantastic. Andrew says, I feel like I would feel too isolated and super rural. I agree. Like, see, that's the other thing. Like, you either feel isolated or crowded. Like, I realize the happy medium is obviously living in the suburbs, which most of us do. But I'm just curious. Anyway, Lovebirds is really, really funny. Really enjoyed it. Hilarious, even, I would say. And then on the kids cantina night, we watched Troop Beverly Hills, which was a great throwback. I have not seen that since I was in probably middle school. And it's just funny. It's a great movie. I love the actors in that. And it's fun to see too, because so many of the kids in it like grew up to be very famous actors that you recognize from later on. All right, links. Colleen says Amazon, Netflix, or on demand. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I want to say it's on Netflix, but don't quote me. I'm pretty sure it's a Netflix movie. I'm pretty sure it's a Netflix original. Oh, there you go. Karen says Netflix. What Netflix show did I mention earlier? The show I mentioned earlier, which so good, a lot of dick jokes, is I'm Sorry. Fantastic. Both of those are good. Okay. Links. My girlfriend Erin reminded me how much we love the card game Phase 10. I played it like crazy when I was growing up. Such a fun game. Good for all ages. It's made by the people who make Uno. It's not the same as Uno at all. Really good game. Anyway, so I dug out our copy, ours from the closet, from the game closet, and it was missing a lot of cards, so I ordered a new. one. And it just came last night, so I'm pretty excited to play with the kids because we haven't played that in a long time, and it's a good one. All right, other link is my daughter Josie is super into fashion, and she had this hand-me-down like fashion sketchbook from a friend whose daughters are now like grown and in college, so it was out of print. I couldn't find another one after she finished it, but I just ordered this fashion sketchbook from Amazon, and it's fantastic. It's not the same. Hers was more like a kiddie version. This is actually for like people who are really seriously into fashion design, so it's like a legitimate like model, like an outline of a model, and then you can draw the clothes on them, but it's like this thick. I think it's like 500 or 600 pages, and it's got shoe outlines and guidance, and it's got like probably 100 pages on like how to draw, and then another like 300 pages of just sketchbook stuff. And anyway, if you have a kid or you are interested in fashion design, this is a great book. Josie is absolutely loving it, and actually my son, my 10-year-old son, is expressed interest in getting one too, because it's really fun. Because I mean, you could certainly, it's all women figures, but you could certainly, he's like excited about drawing warriors and stuff for his D&D and whatnot. So Andrea, it came last week, and she absolutely loves it. Like, she's super into it. So it's a really good bang for your buck. I think it's $20, and I was like, ooh, that's an expensive book. And then it came, and I was like, holy cow, that is not an expensive book considering, I mean, it's legit like thick, it's big. So anyway, oh, that's on my nose. Anyway, that's what I bought this week. So yeah, somebody said thank you for the tuna pasta salad recipe, and you are welcome. That's a good one. We love that one. Yeah, you guys are amazing. Andrew says, I feel like that's a game we would love. It's a good game. It's a fun game. And I love card games too, because they take up no space. They're so little. You can just tuck them away. But yeah, it's fun. You guys are amazing. I love you. I think you're awesome, and I look forward to seeing you every day. I would love if you visited the website, got some grub on, and then also if you love our recipes, we have a cookbook, and I'd love if you grabbed the cookbook. I put the link in the comments. It's also in the description. If you share this video to your wall, you can always see those links later. Yeah, have a great day, guys. You're gorgeous. Make sure you leave your mental health number in the comments if you haven't already.